Hi there, Shannon here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a quick let's chat. And before I chat about any of this and this, I'm going to let you know, I did it. I finished, well, let me take it out of here. I finished the first complete rough draft or draft one of my book. And oh man, the first day it was like so exciting because I got to the point where I had 8 chapters left and I had it outlined. I knew where I was going with the story. I didn't know how all the specifics, how they were all going to play out, but I knew I had a rough roadmap of where I wanted the story to go and the trajectory I wanted it to take. And I think it was a Wednesday, I realized I only had 8 chapters left to finish the rough draft. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I could get it done before the long weekend, before Memorial Day weekend. And I sat down 2 days in a row and hammered it out and did it. And that first day I was on a high. It just felt wonderful. Again, I don't know if anything will come of it. Well, I know something will come of it. It will get published because I'm self-publishing. I'm going to go through that entire process, and I'm excited about that. And I hope it makes it into the hands and the eyes of some eager middle grade readers, 3rd through 5th grade, or heck, even adults who just want a fun adventure to read. But I did it. I finished it, and it felt good to start a project and to do it on my own, without an external deadline from an employer, and to just try something that was completely out of my wheelhouse. I have never written fiction before. I'm a former teacher, and I currently write curriculum and expository text. And so I'd never tried any kind of creative fiction writing. And so this was my first attempt, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm excited to get it laid out in the hands of some beta readers. And I'm already working on draft 2, just making some corrections here and there while I have some other people reading it for me. So that has just been a tremendous update for me personally. The other update I have is we are preparing for my husband's eventual joblessness, shall we say. The company he currently works for just lays people off willy-nilly without any notice. And truth be told, he was laid off last year and then brought back literally a week. He was given a week's notice. Yeah, they didn't even give him 2 weeks notice. They gave him a week's notice, and then the last day of work that was supposed to be his last day at the job, he was put on another billable project. So he actually has kept his job for another year. But as I'm sure you can imagine, working under that kind of duress, wondering if you have stable employment or not, is not good for your mental health. It creates a lot of anxiety. So to help alleviate that for him and for our entire family, I am currently preparing for the time when he is not gainfully employed, forever, however long that is. And so I'm stashing stuff all over around the house. If it doesn't have an expiration date and it's something we need and use regularly, I'm buying it in stock, in bulk, when I see sales. And so the last week or so, I have stashed little bins underneath the beds around the house with things like everything you can imagine, from razors to shaving cream to just little things like that. So that's an update on where I am with my writing and my personal life. But getting to this little mess back here, as much fun as it has been to try something completely brand new, I decided I am going to revisit something that I used to do. And I think I mentioned this in another video. My very first degree is actually in production illustration. I used to draw, and I had a job. I'm not going to get into the weeds here, but I had a job in a creative field, and I think I was on that job for like 3 months. I was 22, so I was really young. And all of a sudden, I lost my ability to walk, to put it very bluntly. And as a result of that, I lost that job. the job required that I be able to use some very large machinery, which required me to navigate a very steep staircase. And so, you know, I didn't know what my rights were. And even if I had, I don't know if I would have fought this. But long story short, because I could no longer walk up the stairs, I lost that job. And I was devastated. Took years, literally, I think it took 7 years for me to get a diagnosis. I have psoriatic arthritis. And over the years, it has taken a toll. I was able, once I was put on a good regimen of maintenance medications, I could walk. I didn't need my cane anymore. But I did slowly lose use of my hands that would come and go depending on if I was in a flare up or not. And so let's just say that my illustration, my art kind of, well, it did. It didn't kind of. It fell by the wayside. It got taken away from me for a long season. How are we now? 30 years? A long time. It's been a long time since I've drawn anything. So I actually ended up going back to school and becoming a teacher. That's how I got out of art and went to teaching, which it was interesting because I worked as an art teacher for a while, and I've taught art every grade level. Kindergarten through 8th grade is my experience there. And I loved it. It was like the culmination of two of my passions. But now that I'm no longer in the classroom and I've explored writing fiction, it dawned on me, I'm going to need some cover art and maybe some illustrations on the inside of the book, line art illustrations. And I thought, okay, I need to hire somebody. I'm like, wait, what? I used to do that. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can still do that. And it dawned on me that, oh my, it's just been so long. I don't even remember that person. I don't know if I still have those skills, because they are skills, mind you. I know some people are just naturally talented. That wasn't me. I didn't consider myself naturally talented at all. I just enjoyed doing it. And so I went to art school and I did it and I learned and took many, many classes and enjoyed it tremendously. And so psoriatic arthritis took away the use of my hands in a lot of ways. And now, and I'm going to date myself here, now that I'm in menopause, well, you know what? It has given me back my hands. And I actually talked to my rheumatologist about this. I said, am I crazy, or is my psoriatic arthritis getting better? And she said, no, that's what's going to happen. As your hormones fluctuate and menopause, eventually things calm down, your psoriatic arthritis will likely get better just in time for osteoarthritis to get worse. So I guess I have that to look forward to. But I'm going to live in the moment and I'm going to enjoy this now because I have my hands back. And so I decided I am going to work to remember who I was and hopefully rekindle a love that I used to have and used to enjoy, and hopefully find that skill set or develop it again. So behind me here, I am setting up a small studio space. And if you recall, I work and film in a closet. So I have decided very literally, if you walk into my little office area, my closet, on your right hand side is my studio space for the right side of my brain. And the part that I'm facing now is the left side. It's my writing station, my workstation. And so that's my new adventure. We're going to see how that goes. But I did want to jump on here and ask for some feedback. If any of you out there watching, do you want me to share some of the tools that I created and strategies I used to complete my rough draft? I honestly went through about I can just think off the top of my head, 3 different ways that I tried to tackle planning and writing draft 1, and some did not work at all. Some were difficult for me to let go of and admit that they weren't working. And then third time's the charm, I guess. The third time, I really hit on something that really helped me, and it might help you. But I don't want to bother making a video about that if nobody's going to enjoy it or going to watch it. So let me know if you want to see kind of videos along those lines. And anyway, if you're interested too, I'd be happy to give you a tour of my little studio space if that is something you're interested in. Even if you're not an artist, You might enjoy seeing the art supplies, seeing how I've organized them. And if you're into planners, this might give you some ideas on how to store and organize some of your planning supplies. So that's where I'm at the moment. And I hope to give you a really good update in the next video. So who knows what will happen next, but I know it's going to be an adventure. So until the next video, thanks so much for watching. And again, let me know below in the comments if you want to see any of those kinds of videos, or if you have other ideas for me, or if you're curious, let me know that too. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.